Hey, we're live. All right. Here, token research live. I know some people are hanging out, so we're going to research some tokens. We're going to answer some of your questions, and we'll talk about different strategies. I don't know if I messed up on this live stream already because it's it's going. It's definitely going, but I wanted to do a test recording and try to get it on other streams. So right now we're just on YouTube, which is great. The audience is here. Good to see Randy and Sylvia in the comments. And looks like I should have done a test recording prior to this, but we're live now. So here we are, and we're rolling. So we're gonna talk about. I'm gonna read the topic because I already forgot. Token research. Now I think token research doesn't really matter that much because it's all trends. It's all very short-term ideas of what people believe in, and we can get into that. And my strategy for crypto investing has really changed over the last year after talking to different people that are VCs and in marketing. And I see what's going on behind the scenes, what are their strategies, and how they implement it. So that actually gave me a lot more perspective on crypto investing. And you really have to think very short term about what's happening and move accordingly. So yeah, we can get into that. If there's something you want to talk about or research first, let me know in the comments. I see them here all for YouTube. We might be joined by Josh in a little bit. We'll find out. But yeah, things in crypto, very short term, all marketing based, all very manipulative. And I've been profitable this last few weeks through shorting airdrop tokens. And that just makes so much sense, right? People get these tokens for free and the rest of the market is dumping. So they're going to want to take their profits. And none of these projects are actually doing anything to bring value to that token. So it makes a lot of sense. That's what's been happening. And I really think that there aren't enough people in crypto considering shorting because yeah, maybe you're looking at cryptocurrencies you believe in. You have to find the ones you absolutely don't believe in that have raised a lot of money and have a community of people that are ready to dump an airdrop. So that is my idea about it. All right, so first one, Randy Bloomfield. How about this project called Plume? So yeah, let's take a look at Plume Network. I believe that is RWA L2. I know it's a lot, so that's real world assets on the layer 2 blockchain, but they're in a very valuable sector. So I'm going to bring that up. Now we want to look up Plume Network. My understanding about it is still very light. Well, I just know that it is a blockchain for RWAs, and the token launched fairly recently, about 2 months ago, and it's performing all right. So this one isn't as cut and dry as like long or short. We have to really dive into this. We want to see the TVL. We want to see if people are actually using it. And when we think about, you know, applications that are building here, when we look in the ecosystem, they're not just betting on Plume Network. They're probably on multiple platforms as well. Like I know Ansem is on Plume and they're on Base, of course. Axelar is this cross-chain bridge, I believe, and I'm not too familiar with a lot of these other ones. So we're going to go into DeFi Llama and we'll try to figure that out. But TLDR on Plume, from my understanding, layer 2 blockchains just for RWAs, which is really hard to push because those RWA projects are going to be multi-chain. They're not going to bet on one chain because if they don't have users there, they're going to go somewhere else. And I think Plume really wants to mimic the success of Mantra or yeah, Mantra. The token is called OM. So let's take a look at that one because that one is also an RWA chain that no one really uses or understands on crypto Twitter. They say that, I'm saying that's what they say on Twitter, that the team owns like 90% of the supply. Most of the tokens are locked. And They have a $6 billion valuation, a fully diluted value of 11 billion, and it's being propped up by the team. So there is some demand for RWAs. So we're gonna take a look into DeFi Llama. We're gonna type in Plume. We'll see like what's going on there, where the money is, and maybe not. Maybe it's not being tracked yet because there should be more than $1,000. So, and it's not tracking other projects like Anzen, which we mentioned earlier. So I think Plume is still in its early stages. I don't know if it's gonna dump or not. Let's look at its value. I think that's what we really should look at. So if it has an outrageously large value, then that gives us the potential of shorting it. So it has a $382 million market cap, $1.9 billion valuation. So nothing too crazy. Let's say total supply 10 billion, circulating supply 2 billion. So 20% of the supply is out there. They've been out for 2 months and they've been kind of holding steady and actually having growth in this market. So short term, at least for the next month, I don't know. If we start seeing a sell-off and we don't really see any growth on their chain, that might be something to short. If we see a lot of growth and people actually using it and institutional adoption actually happening on this chain, then might be something to invest in. So that is what I would consider if we're looking at investing in this. So that's my quick and fast token research. I know we did not get into the tokenomics because that really doesn't matter, or all the different use cases or the speed. Honestly, doesn't matter. What people are looking at are the short-term trends, and if a project doesn't have any momentum, it dies. We've seen so many projects die already that tokenomics is not going to save anything. All right, so we got a few more requests, and we'll jump into it while I'm chatting because I have time, and so do you. So let's check some out. What are some mainstream L2s that are people actually using for RWAs? So good question. I believe we're going to go to rwa.xyz. That might tell us a little more details. So we're going to enter the platform. We're not paying for anything here, but we'll see where the RWA money is going. What are the platforms? So it looks like a majority of the projects are on Ethereum with a valuation of 4.7 billion. ZK Sync Era, surprisingly, which I don't know anyone that uses it, has 500 million. Oh, it's up a lot in the past 30 days. Let's take a quick look at ZK Sync. I don't know if there's a difference between ZK Sync and ZK Sync Era, if that's another subchain, but they are not doing great. Not doing great overall. I wanted let any of the short-term moves influence my decision. Then we have Algorand, which has one RWA project, Aptos, Polygon, Avalanche, Arbitrum. I feel like there's more. It feels like the TVL is a little low, so maybe this isn't really including everything. Or let's see, include stablecoins. That does change it. Okay. So if we're including stablecoins, that number jumps up a lot. And then obviously Tron with USDT goes up from like 0 to $64 billion. All right, let's see. What was that question? I'm going to answer it. So what are some main L2s that people are actually using for RWAs? And I guess that would be Ethereum, Tron if you're looking at stables, Solana, Binance Smart Chain if we're excluding stablecoins. Surprisingly, Stellar and ZK Sync. So I probably need to look into that, but it's really easier to play the more active projects. So that's just my thoughts on it. Let's see. That's disappointing. All right, message retracted. No worries. Maybe PinLink will be the next Plume. I feel like Plume still hasn't become the next Plume yet. They're still working on it, but let's take a look at PinLink and find out what that is with their super quick crypto research. been out for a few months. The price not bad. It's been stable the last 2 months. $73 million, 73 million market cap, 82 million valuation. Let's see which exchanges trust this. And these are like tier 2, tier 3 exchanges. They don't have those major listings yet. And that could be concerning because you can't really buy this coin besides on Uniswap. It's a 2% change if you buy like $500 worth on most platforms here. So my impression of it isn't that great already, just based on what we saw in CoinMarketCap. Let's check out what PinLink is. And obviously, if this is a project we want to use and we're excited to use and bring in other people, then that changes things. But there aren't a lot of projects like that in crypto. So the first RWA tokenized DePIN marketplace. That's a lot of buzzwords there. So we have RWA tokenized DePIN marketplace. So all right, couple red flags there because I've been reading a lot in the crypto marketing forums just to understand what strategies they use to get users, to get a community, to sell their idea. I'm going to say idea because we don't know if it's legit or not. How does PinLink work? DePIN asset owner, passive income seeker. Very speculative. Honestly, there really isn't a lot of demand for this stuff, and there is a lot of competition. There's a what is it? So many different DePIN projects that are letting you extract money from your hardware, but there's just no demand for it. Going through the official servers like AWS is just a lot easier, especially when people are building out these AI systems. Obviously, much cheaper once you decentralize it, but it's very competitive. And the projects that need that low price and high volume are very, very few. So Randy Bloomfield means you can get it in Coinbase Wallet. Yeah, you can get it through DeFi. You can get it through Uniswap, but access to it is difficult for most people. If it's a larger exchange, that kind of tells you like how much trust there is if they're willing to list it. A lot of projects, like if it's like kind of sketchy and they've been around for a while and they're not on an exchange yet, then that kind of raises some red flags. And just the project itself, if you're investing in it, awesome. Not something I would have strong conviction of for going long or short, because this type of project is really good at building a community and getting people into crypto, thinking that they can make money, they can earn passive income, like you own this asset, make money from it. But the reality of it is it's very competitive. It's hard to actually earn long term, and most of the time the tokens you do get for it eventually aren't worth anything. Maybe there's like some weird lockup thing, but great if you're mining it. If you're investing in it, be a little careful. Let's see, what do we get? Cubetics. Let's see. Let's find out what that is. Nope. All right, so we have to go to X, where where I think we're gonna get a little more wild results with this. Where if it's not even on CoinMarketCap yet, it's probably a very early stage project. Or did you mean Cubetics? Maybe that's what it was. I'm gonna say Cubetics because there wasn't no Cubetics available. And this one is still recent. Live show, Cubetics, transition from alpha, testnet to testnet. All right. Yeah, let's watch this on YouTube. Find out what this is, right? Wow, everyone's so focused. All right, that's all programming. That's not for us. Let's use our friend X here to find out what's going on with this. What is Cubetics in simple terms? And that would be the majority of our research. In simple terms, versus social media handle, a blockchain project designed to make decentralized technology easier to use and more connected. It's a layer 1 blockchain, meaning it's a foundational network like Bitcoin or Ethereum, but it focuses on linking different blockchains like Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Solana. Yeah, that's a bridge, and there's quite a few already. So they can work together smoothly. This is called interoperability. Cubetics aims to simplify things for users and developers by offering tools like wallet for managing crypto, marketplace trading tokenized assets. All right, I think I got enough information there. Not something I'd be interested in personally, because there's a lot of projects that already do this type of interoperability. You don't necessarily need a layer 1 blockchain to slow down that process. It's really going to be tough to find demand and gain users. And I say this as someone who's researched hundreds of different layer 1s and layer 2 blockchains. A lot of them just don't have that demand. I think I saw a funny post by Entangle. They were looking for content creators to really build. They were like, all right, we want the honest content creators. We want to build with you. We want to get content out there. We need tutorials. And then I looked at the Entangle price and I was like, oh, that's a straight shot to nowhere. Just straight down and flat. So they haven't got any user adoption. The same thing goes with like all the new chains that launched. I mean, you could just look at any. I'm kind of blanking right now, but yeah, it's not great. So next one, RSR is my large pick this bull run. RSR, I think that's something some reserve rights. Now this has been around for quite a few years. Yeah, since 2020. I mean, maybe they're doing something. I believe they were just doing copyright on chain, which is kind of what Story Protocol has been doing. That's my understanding. We can look into it a little more. 350 million market cap, 624 million fully diluted. So yeah, let's take a look. We're gonna go into their X. We're gonna use our friend Grok to do some quick research, and we want to find out what it is in simple terms. Decentralized platform built on Ethereum that lets anyone create their own stablecoins called R tokens. These R tokens are backed by a mix of digital assets like other cryptocurrencies or tokenized real-world items. Okay, anyone can set up the R token, RSR token for governance and to help protect the system if something goes wrong, backing these assets. And fucks, is that it? Stablecoins? A project that makes stablecoins? You gotta let me know if I got that wrong. Crypto Cash, because that's not yeah, that's not exciting at all. That's a tough one to sell to people to buy their token so anyone can start stable coins, because stable coins fail, as we've learned in the past with RSR, with UST and other stable coins. So that's a tough one. That is a tough one. I am I'm not on board on that. You got to sell me. You got to tell me why you're bullish on that. Ondo, I know Ondo is a big one. I think they have like BlackRock backing them. They got a bunch of um, backers and support. I'm actually holding some Ondo, and yeah, I support it, but we'll have to wait and see. It doesn't have the same type of volatility as other crypto projects. So let's see. Hey, Gabby, Randy is a degenerate. Oh, as we all are. Onto a scam or a real thing? Oh, now it's a real thing. They do have some big institutional investors. Cubetics, Mcade. Now, Mcade is interesting. That is a project I am following. Let's see. So Metacade is a gaming platform or gaming social site. I actually haven't used it yet, but Kevin from Coinsider, a part of Retail DAO, had an interview with them. It was pretty good. They do some AI content as well. I have to really try this. They did offer to host some community events. So, I mean, if you guys are interested in playing Metacade, we can do that. We can take a look at their token and see how long they've been around. past month is okay. Our total time, they've been around for 2 years and not too bad. Not too bad. They've had their moments. Market cap is very low for a project that is still building. They still have active spaces. I believe in their last space, they announced that they were going to be a layer 3 app chain on base to make things faster and cheaper, which is good. But, how fast and cheap are you going to get? But it is nice that they were selected for that and that they are still building. Could be something. Honestly, I want to see them succeed just because I met them in person and they talked about building communities and hosting events. So this is a project I am watching, and you can see it has been started and it is already on my CoinMarketCap list. I don't own any at the moment, but it is a project I'm watching. Tix. Oh, okay. Now, yeah, we went over that. Did this guy just ask if Ondo was a scam? Yeah. All right. So, yeah, you get it, Randy. I'm personally interested what people are building on Sol. Seems like more of a performant blockchain than ETH. That is true. The experience on Solana is good. You don't have the extra approvals and confirmations. It does make things a lot simpler. It's fast, it's cheap. There's some other criticisms, of course, when it comes to Solana, but it does have a large community. They are active and they have a very passionate builder community, which is hard to find, which is very hard to find on other chains. Bear market before bull run. I mean, it's possible. People have said the end of this month or pretty soon that the markets will start ticking up with some different things happening on the macro environment with the global monetary supply, with some of the relief efforts with the spending bills in the US. A lot of macro stuff, kind of boring, but it's hard to predict, and you kind of just want to be positioned for that momentum or positioned for projects that will drop. So that's my strategy on it. Zen Crypto about to launch X1, which is a true SVM clone. Interesting thing about SVMs, if you're talking about Solana virtual machines, there have been some drama on X between Solayer and Eclipse, with Eclipse copy and pasting and making the white paper of Solayer much longer. But let's check out Zen Crypto, and if we can find it here. Let's see, we got it. 14 million market cap for an SVM. I assume it's kind of low, fully diluted. Maybe SVM means something different here. They've been around for 2 years. Let's check their X first. It goes straight to some guy. Zen Network, first Google architecture engineer, distributed systems, founder of X1.xyz, X1 blockchain. I don't know about this one, guys. I do not know about this one. Let's see. So there is some activity. I guess it really depends who's building on here and who wants to use it. So anytime you have a layer 1 blockchain, it depends on who's supporting it and is there anything you want to do there. And as you know, a lot of things are the same. I'm gonna pass. I'm gonna full pass on this one. Once you go here, this is like the generic Explorer site that is pretty much something you can fork from anything. So you don't put the effort into the experience for users. If you only have 2 projects on there, that is a high gamble. I know when you see a low market cap, you're like, all right, this is an opportunity. But sometimes it's not. Sometimes it is not an opportunity just because it's a low market cap. If you like Sol, Sonic has it beat hands down. Now, so Sonic isn't that bad. It is a fast blockchain, but what I really see when it comes to Sonic is the activity on X, the people talking about it, the people excited to use it, and that could change into price action. That could really turn the tides for them. Obviously, there is some inflation now with how they do their tokenomics just to revive their chain, but they're reviving it. So that's a good thing. Obviously, in the last month, down 44%, not great. I don't know if people are going on chain for certain apps or to yield farm. this would be something to have to wait and see. Hey Dan, any chance to talk about Navi and Cetus in the future? Navi is going fine, but Cetus, love your channel. Thanks, Sylvia. Yeah, could definitely learn about that. That's more of a deep dive because I pretty much just have superficial information about them. I've used their platform before. I'm going to be at SUI Base Camp next month, which is the big 2-day SUI crypto convention in Dubai. I might have a chance to interview Navi and Cetus or people from there, or if you're on X and you want to mention to Navi and Cetus that, hey, you should get on an interview with Full Value Dan on one of these live streams, that would be awesome. I would just chat with them, find things out, dig deep, no predetermined questions, just try to figure out like what's going on and what value that's going to bring you, the user. Now, I am staking some Cetus to get X Cetus, which is their staked form. But you know, the unlock time for that is crazy. If you want 100% of your stake back, that's you got to wait half a year. So I'm lucky that they succeeded, because if I have to unstake that, it's going to zero. So X1 makes big improvements against Solana. No voting fees, lower barrier. Yeah, I mean, that's great. Obviously, you want improvements, you want a better experience, but if no one's using it and no one's building on there, no one's supporting it, it's gonna be very tough to gain traction. Sonic is closed source. You have to pay them to use their Maria database. I mean, that's fine, but they have the community, they have the tools, they have the support. People want to build there. They have grants to get people kickstarted there. If you're a small blockchain with no money, it's going to be hard to attract projects there, because projects, they want money. They want grants. They want to apply. They want to get paid for building on your blockchain. And that's how a lot of these blockchains work. You build there, you're in an incubator project, they help you grow, they give you funds to grow, they help kickstart the career of a lot of projects. So whenever you're looking at a small blockchain, if they don't have the money to do that, it's going to be very hard to get traction. Supra. So my understanding of Supra is that it's data oracles. I should definitely look into it, because I don't know if that's all they do, but I think I saw something that it's also a blockchain. So let's find out. I followed them a few years ago. So let's see. Multi-VM layer 1 built for super dApps. Move VM mainnet live. Okay. Move virtual machine is always good. Let's find out. Our buddy Grok. In simple terms, building a super fast and powerful blockchain system called Supra, a blockchain design. Okay, what makes Supra special is that it's built to handle a lot of transactions quickly. Not really a feature anymore. Most projects do that. Connect easy interoperability, real-time data feed. Not that exciting. Let's look into DeFi Llama and see what kind of information we can get there. A lot of these blockchains are honestly the same. So we have to look for what makes them different. I don't know if, no, this is just Supra fine. We want Supra, the blockchain. Maybe it's not being tracked by DeFi Llama, which isn't great, because we want to learn about what's going on there. Let's look into coin market cap. Let's look at the chart. I feel like it's not going to be good, and it's not. All right, so $81 million market cap, 848 million fully diluted value, which means we have 9.6% of the supply circulating, or no, 10%. I don't know. Did I mess up on the math there? Yeah, about 10%. So a lot of tokens locked up, which means a lot of room to keep going down. Oh yeah. Okay, so let's check out the website. Just gonna go full screen here. Just gonna check some notes. Let's see. DeFi Revolution built the super dApps all in one layer. Okay. Oh, wait, no, you got to see the screen too, guys. All right. Super L1 ecosystem. Let's see what's going on here. We got dexes, lending, perps, infra indexers. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I'm familiar with a couple of these, like Polytrade. They are multi-chain. And the reason why a lot of projects are multi-chain is because they get paid to be multi-chain. That's the only reason they would support multiple blockchains, because like, all right, we get a grant from this chain, so we support them. We get a grant from another chain, so we support them too. So, anytime you have a project, they want to be on a blockchain that has money, so they can make money too. Because they don't want to be on a chain with no users, then they're destined to fail. Uh, what do you guys think of these projects? I'm not familiar with any of these. You could read this entire list to me, and I would assume you're just making up names that are blockchain companies. So Evo, Standard, Atmos, Annualt, Chip Exchange, Kana Labs, Toaster Finance, Dexlin, Dexter, Salt, Amplify, Ice Cream Swap. I think I have heard of that. AWA, Legends Trade. Then we have Ecosynthesis, Remedy, DCleanup Nets, Polytrade, Travos, Azen, RWA, Demonopool, Growfitter, and Gaming, Cards of Eternity, Fun Token, Neural Havoc, Fuse Wars, Skinfi, Link, Meadow Mystics, Cryptara Quest, Zapanki, Swap, Meowfi, Meowbot. You could really make all these up and be like, okay, probably crypto projects, real or fake, I don't know. So my impression of Supra, obviously not good, especially that they only have 10% of the supply out there, or it's locked. I'm trying to figure out why the market cap is only 10% of the FDV, which could mean it still has a long way to continue dropping unless they get users. So if you're investing in Supra, do you invest in it? And why? Are you in their ecosystem? These are things to ask. These are things to try. And if you're having a better experience there than other blockchains, might be something to invest in. For myself, doesn't look great. Doesn't look great. What do you think of Caspa? Caspa is in a similar situation. It is a coin you can mine, but again, it's a limited ecosystem. Yeah, the blockchain is secured by proof of work, and they've been doing all right in the last year. But when you have a proof of work blockchain, that is always sell pressure, because people have to run these machines to secure the network. And you could have a very secure network, but who wants to build on there, right? So that's the same thing, where people will struggle with it. I don't know if they even have an ecosystem. The ecosystem is the most important thing, because if you, as a blockchain user, you want to use decentralized applications, maybe you want to use some DeFi, you want to have a good experience, you want to have some nice wallets. And whenever you have like these small startup wallets that look very copy and paste or very generic, it's like it doesn't have a lot of trust, and you don't know if they're going to continue supporting that, more than a year. Caspa, all right, fastest transactions, instant confirmation, scalable Nakamoto consensus. Again, all blockchains pretty much at this point in life have fast transactions, scalable, interoperable. It's like what's going to bring people on chain, because when we have the level of competition when it comes to different blockchains and opportunities and options for users right now, there's too many, and we don't have enough users. So what's going to bring users on chain is a really good decentralized application that they can use, or a meme coin they want to speculate on. Those are really the two things that are going to onboard users. So Caspa, not super excited about that one. 2 billion market cap, 2.3 billion. You can mine it, which is great. It secures the network, but what's there to secure, right? So that's just going to cause unlimited sell pressure. That's just in my opinion, of course. Andre supporting builders like no other. TuneForks holding pretty well even on a downtrend. That's true. So that's why builders want to be on Sonic. They get a lot of support to build things, and that's why you have to kind of look to the bigger blockchains for what are they doing to bring on users? Well, they're supporting builders. If builders can build something, that brings in the users, and then that is a compound effect to growing a blockchain. Hey, old player, you made it. Maybe I'll do more of these lives if people show up. I'll do them more often. They're really easy. It's just a casual chat, and we can like dig into the details of, you know, what are you guys investing in? What do you want to know? I definitely don't know anything. So, but I try my best. So that's what we're doing here. Randy, my high gamble is on TD, an avalanche play. If the my crazy pick is TD, an avalanche play. If AVAX pumps, that market cap is easy to blow up. So let's find out what TD is and why Randy is bullish. Feel free to tell us in the comments. I do not see it. So we gotta yeah, you gotta link me to that because TD could be anything. That's too short to figure out. Old player, I mean this in the most respectful way. Very nice. But why do crypto boomers avoid meme coins? Alts are as exciting as gov bonds these days. I don't know. I don't know if that's a thing. I do know some crypto boomers that don't avoid meme coins and love them. I've met some people at conferences where they were like they were an older guy dressed up in a suit, and it's like, yeah, I just trade meme coins. And then I was like, all right, I don't want to talk to this guy. It was like, seemed a little crazy. But meme coins really are about community. It's a community play. Obviously, if you build a big community fast, it might not be a long-lasting community. If it builds over the long term, that could be valuable. So if you are investing in meme coins, it is a community play. You never want to be too early to those because most will rug. So you might want to wait like 6 months until something starts gaining traction. And then that could start hitting other markets and people. Look up AutoFi for Supra. So we already kind of went over Supra. Ravi and the SUI wallet are the two most enjoyable experiences in my Web3 journey so far. Hate Phantom. Yes, I agree with that. Phantom's okay. Ravi is a great experience for EVM chains. SUI wallet is good. They had an update a few months ago where the wallet just kept asking me for my password. I did not know that they added a feature where you could change the unlock time. So mine kept timing out every 30 seconds, which was crazy. And it was annoying the hell out of me because I had to keep typing in my password. I changed it to a longer period of time. If you're having that issue on SUI wallet, you can extend the time in the security settings. Speaking of interoperability, are you excited for Ika.fun on SUI? Honestly, a lot of people are hyped up about it. I'm like, okay, it's interoperability. That's a weird thing to get excited about, isn't it? It's just like, okay, I mean, yes, that does bring in more opportunities for SUI to onboard other coins and chains and opportunities. At least fundamentally, that's what I think it does. But generally, it's just interoperability. I mean, we'll have to wait and see. If SUI sponsors me for a video, I'll tell you why other people are excited about it. For myself, if it's just interoperability, not that exciting because, yeah, it's interoperability. Like, I don't understand why people are really excited about these projects that are oracles, data oracles, you know, like Chainlink. I think Supra was one, then they pivoted to a full chain, then there's Pith. It's just data. That's just, I don't know how you build these communities with that, but it's amazing that they do. I will keep doing these lives. They are easier than doing a video and editing it, and that's kind of time consuming. I'd love to chat with other founders and people and projects and try to dig in deeper. So if you want me to chat with one of your projects, maybe next week. Yeah, let's set that up. I'm on X a lot, so you can message me there. That does make it easy. How do you feel about Bitcoin? Ordinals are dead, right? Well, that's also a tough one. I think Bitcoin's still going to do really well long term. You know, short term, it's really hard to determine. I'm still bullish on it, so I am holding Bitcoin. Ethereum is kind of another story. That's been rough for the last few years. As for ordinals, that's not something I'm interested in. But I do have some friends that are very interested in ordinals and love it. But for me, that's like NFTs. Like I don't like having illiquid assets. I don't like having to have the anxiety of having to transact on the Bitcoin network. It's very tough. All right. Randy Bloomfield, STD, the big red one. That could be taken out of context very easily. So I guess it's probably not any of these because the market cap is very low. Let's try X STD Avalanche. Let's see what we get. this is STDs and real avalanches. So let's look up crypto. Add another search term there. I don't know. Randy. Can't find it. Any future in Sweetcoin? Can it hit $10 in the coming 4 to 5 years? I'd say that is very possible. We'll have to wait and see. You know, they're doing Sweet Basecamp next month. Probably a lot of exciting announcements, which I'm looking forward to. And normally when they do Sweet Basecamp, the price pumps after that. So, you know, I am holding some Sweet. The Sweet ecosystem has been picking up recently. $10 isn't that impossible even in the next year. So we'll have to wait and see if crypto turns into a bull market. You know, that $10 could be hit in the next year. So, you know, if we're talking about all these different blockchains and user experiences, I am bullish on Sui because it's a really good user experience, and it's hard to sell, I guess. You really have to take your time to try these blockchains, see how you feel about it, see what your experience is compared to other blockchains, and then that kind of led me to using Sui and being bullish in their ecosystems. ZBCN, I think that's Zebec Network, and I was following them for a little bit. Great project and partnerships with Visa, Circle JP Morgan. So let's take a look at ZBCN. No. Yeah, I followed this for a while. I thought it was pretty interesting and that they were building something, but no, price hasn't really gone anywhere. They were promising a lot of things. Using their network is terrible. This is not a good experience, just bridging into Zebec. So as for a DeFi ecosystem, not that great. You know, they're listed on various exchanges. OKX and BitGet are pretty big. Then we have like tier 2, KuCoin and crypto.com. Yeah, I've used, like, if you actually use Zebec, it's not that great of an experience. I guess more RWAs. They kind of sell airdrops and farming that way, so that's how I got involved, because I was like researching a video for airdrops, and it did not pay off at all. Yeah, it's just such a bad experience, and even going into their Discord and asking for help, it was just not easy. So I think they're going to have a lot of trouble onboarding users, because it was even hard to onboard me, someone who is deep into crypto. Yeah, 50,000 monthly on and off chain users, payroll. I have heard that some people use it for payroll, but I think it's really going to be hard to grow as a network. So, I mean, if you can sell me on it, maybe I'll do a deeper dive. That is just the superficial 1 second research of it, especially. But I did have some experience on it, so we'll see. That was like a year ago. I don't think you're gonna have to wait 4 years for Sui, to be honest. Maybe that's hopium. Also hoping. Make sure you put clips on the shorts. I got a clip guy now. I got an AI guy that clips these up. So hopefully we'll get some good clips. Maybe they won't work because I kept doing half screen and full screen, and that's gonna mess things up. So that's it. I'm glad we caught up. That's been 45 minutes of crypto chat and token research. You know, if you are investing in crypto, there are more opportunities than just picking a meme coin and going long. I really think that the biggest opportunity in crypto is researching highly anticipated coins that aren't going to get users in the long term, that are just offering a massive airdrop, that have raised a lot of funds and shorting those coins. I don't recommend shorting projects that are kind of quiet. That could be like a slow bleed, so that's could take time to make money that way. It very likely you will. But I think all the action right now is in these highly anticipated projects that end up going to zero. And I think if you change your perspective in investing in crypto, if you try to understand like what is the project trying to do to gain value, what are they trying to do to get money out of you, what are the marketers doing to you, what are the market makers doing, and trying to understand that entire life cycle, you'll have a better you'll have better insights on crypto investing and identifying vaporware and real projects. And that works both ways, go long or short, and that opens up those opportunities. We got one more, Gabby. So Gabby says, what do you think about GPU tokens? Is it dead or still a good narrative? So we kind of went over that a little bit earlier with whatever that GPU project was. So I think those are dead. I don't think there's a lot of demand for it. And some of those projects are very manipulative, where you get involved, you buy some of their services, or you participate in their network, and you get tokens, but those tokens are like locked for a year, or you have to sell them as a locked pile. And you don't, yeah, you really have to dive deep before investing in it. And when we think about the demand, yeah, everyone has GPUs. Like computers are getting faster and cheaper. It's going to be hard to find that demand, I think. So we've also seen that in the coin prices too, because a lot of them have kind of been down only. And if it's down only, well, maybe short it. So, broaden your perspective, try out different things in crypto, try out products, and if you're bullish on it and can compare it to other things, that could be something. And let me know in the comments what you're bullish on, and maybe we can chat about it next week if these comments are saved. Because if they're not, then I was like, oh, well, probably won't be able to see them. Otherwise, yeah, tag me on X if there's like a project you want me to interview. I would like that too. We could probably just do a live stream of just quick interviews, like what are they selling, why, and maybe I'll confront them about why it's not going to work. Well, with that was kind of fun. We did 47 minutes. Thanks for hanging out, guys. Feel free to like this video, and I'll catch you. Actually, not next week. Well, maybe early next week. Maybe same time, but a couple hours earlier. All right. Catch you later, guys. And I gotta end the stream.